In 2006, Mike Judge made a movie that most people either ignored or assumed was just a dumb satire about a future where everyone's a moron. Cut to 2025, and now it feels like the film was less satire and more leaked government prophecy. Like someone found a time machine, got very depressed, and came back just to make a movie about it. Because here we are, politicians going viral for saying objectively untrue things. Celebrities running for office like it's the next logical step after a podcast. And somewhere, someone is still genuinely trying to turn NFTs of feet into a business model. Anyway, this is MyGrain, and today we're diving into the movie that might have predicted our downfall with disturbing accuracy, Idiocracy. Okay, let's rewind. Idiocracy is a dystopian comedy by Mike Judge. You know, the genius behind Office Space, King of the Hill, and Silicon Valley. The man has a PhD in I hate society, but I'll joke about it. The film follows Joe Bowers, an aggressively average army dude who gets cryogenically frozen for science, then forgotten for 500 years. Because of course, when he finally wakes up, he discovers that intelligence has gone extinct. Society's been bred into idiocy. Corporations have merged into mega monopolies. The president is a pro wrestler with a minigun, and crops are dying because people think plants need electrolytes. Not water, electrolytes. Joe, average in 2006, is now literally the smartest man on earth. Now here's where it gets spooky. Idiocracy wasn't supposed to be accurate. It was meant to be absurd. A dumb comedy exaggerating where society might go if we keep glorifying stupidity. But it didn't feel that exaggerated once 2020 rolled around. Let's talk predictions. 1. Anti-intellectualism science, nerd stuff, education, optional, reading, painful. In the movie, people literally boo Joe for using smart talk, and somehow that energy has made its way into real life. If you've ever heard someone say, "That's just what the mainstream media wants you to think," you know what I mean. 2. Corporate everything in Idiocracy. Buildings are named after brands. Costco is a city. Starbucks offers very personal services. Carl's Jr. takes your kids if you can't pay. Now it's 2025, and every stadium is proudly named after a snack food. Tonight's game is live from the Doritos Nacho Blast Arena. Movies aren't just sponsored by soda brands, they star them. At this point, Idiocracy feels less like satire and more like a documentary we weren't smart enough to take seriously. 3. Entertainment decay. The most watched TV show in the movie is a loop of a guy getting hit in the crotch. That's it. That's the content. And I'm not saying we've hit that level, but we've definitely seen YouTube channels with millions of subs doing the exact same thing, with slow motion and a merch line, the celebrity president. In 2006, the idea of a loud, heavily armed ex-wrestler as president was played for laughs. These days, we don't even blink. The line between public office and primetime entertainment has blurred so much it might as well be a filter on Instagram. So why does this goofy, low-budget film from 2006 hit so hard? Well, for one, it's not trying to be smart, and that's kind of the genius. Unlike Black Mirror, which tries to be deep and philosophical, Idiocracy just throws its hands up and says, "Look, if this keeps up, we're all screwed, but at least it'll be funny." It's a stupid comedy that feels scarily grounded because it leans into the things we already kind of knew were happening. It just exaggerated them a few inches. And now we've caught up. The fact that it got buried by its own studio just adds to the mythos. Fox barely promoted it, released it in a handful of cities, almost like they realized, wait, we are the evil corporations in this movie. Awkward. So here's the kicker. Is Idiocracy even a good movie? Technically no. The pacing's clunky. The dialogue is hit or miss. The visuals look like they were rendered on a PlayStation 2, and once the main joke lands, it kind of just rides that joke to the credits. But it works because the core idea is so strong, and it aged like a fine bottle of wine that someone left open in a garage next to a conspiracy podcast studio. In short, it's not a masterpiece, but it might be the most relevant comedy of the 2000s. So if you've ever looked around and thought, how did we get here? Watch Idiocracy. It won't make you feel better, but at least you'll know someone tried to warn us, or mock us, or both. Either way, this has been MyGrain, And remember, sometimes the best way to watch a movie is with a grain of salt and a bottle of Advil.